Hey everybody, and welcome back to Slowpoke Racing and the Ultimate Racing League, sponsored by Eldridge Air Conditioning. We're with the AM2 guys for our Sunday Championship. This is round 2, race 2 at Brands Hatch. We are a little bit behind. The guys are racing round 4, I believe. So once we've done this one, I'll look at bringing you round 3, which is, where's that? That was Deep Forest Raceway, I believe. But we'll have a look at that a little bit later on. Let's get this one out of the way first, shall we? So, fantastic racing we saw in race 1, which saw Bandit take the win just ahead of Firepower. Very mixed up and down race for Max and Flash. They were chopping and changing all the way, but those guys now have to start at the back of the grid. It is Golden Lugnut on pole, as we can see, and he'll be looking to make amends for race 1. Wasn't the best of opening races for him. So he will be looking to, as I say, sort that out. This one, there is a pit stop in this one, 16 laps ahead of the guys, and I think mediums and hard tyres that have to be used. As I say, there is a compulsory pit stop, so it does throw a spanner in some of the works. Hope the guys, and excuse my cough, I did apologise for it in race 1. I've got this horrible cough, but I felt we had to bring you the races. The guys have been waiting long enough for them. So, yeah, I really do apologise about the cough. So let's have a quick look down the grid, shall we? Reverse grid. Golden Lugnut finds himself on pole position with Sid the Sloth in 2nd. System X Live is 3rd. Addy is 4th. Arnold is 5th. Smith is 6th. What a shame, he had a fantastic opening first race. And then it all went wrong after one mistake, which seen him drop down to end up 5th or 6th. So Smith will be looking to make amends for that as well. 7th is Steel, Flash is 8th, Max 9th, Firepower 10th, and then winner of race 1, as I've already mentioned, is Bandit, but now starting all the way down at the back. So back up to the top then, and we'll get this race underway, shall we? I do want to say a big thanks to the guys for saving and sharing the replays as well. Firepower, Sid the Sloth, and I think Bandit might have been the other guy actually that saved them, so I do appreciate it, guys, thank you. So Golden Lugnut gets this race underway as they head into turn 1 for the first time then in this second race. We'll just make sure everybody gets through as Arnold has a bit of a look at the inside of Addy, but nothing doing there really, as Addy gets around turn 2 at Druids, and they start on down the hill then. It'll be elbows out for the first couple of corners as everybody tries to settle into this race. You can see Max is already on a mission to try and make his way through the pack. Max running the hard tyres. We will have a look at everybody's tyres in a minute, but Max is really having a look at Flash there as they go through turn 4. Steel in 9th with Firepower in 10th and Bandit. These two already at it. We are only a few corners into this second race, and it is already Bandit and Firepower. Although Firepower has got a gap ahead of him, Bandit has got Steel in front of him. So although he's picking the slipstream up, there is nowhere for him to go. Firepower does have a bit of an opening as Bandit gets in front of Firepower, then has a bit of a dive to the inside of Steel and moves up into P9. So Bandit is at the minute making his way through the pack just a little bit quicker than Firepower. So let's have a look at the top. Oh, it's System X. System X has took the lead now. Oh, he picked up too much grass. So does Sid the Sloth. Sid, come back onto the track. He's managed to get back on again. I'm still coughing, but who cares? Let's have a look at the racing. It is very bunched in here, isn't it? There may have been a little bit of a door bumping session there. Oh, and it's all gone all sorts of wrong now. Let's just go back, and I'm sorry about the cough, I really am. I don't know who to go on board with. It is Sid the Sloth and Golden Lugnut. Sid just goes out, there was no contact. He goes up onto the grass one side, goes over to the grass the other side. Decides he wants to have a go on the tarmac this time. As they get into turn 9, Addy goes through. A quick look behind. Oh, there was definitely contact there from Flash as Flash goes sideways and almost gets himself pitted. And did he? Has he managed to get back out? Yes, he has. So Flash has got himself out. I'm coughing my guts, I'm getting that excited. So Flash, oh dear, he went all sideways, didn't he? After a bit of contact, I believe it was with Arnold. Arnold has kept going, and what's happening just to go ahead, I just saw System X having a bit of a twitch there. Maybe it's just lag as Firepower tries to get through. Bandit has ended up in 10th now then. With all that going on, we missed a few bits here. It is all happening at the minute. Let's have a look. Let's see if we can find out what's going on. Addy, it was Addy. Well, race 2 really does like to kick up a few little incidents, doesn't it? You can see Max trying to get past Addy. There is a little bit of contact there, but nothing too drastic. Down the hill into turn 3. Oh, and Addy goes grass cutting. Oh, when he was lucky he didn't take Max with him there. Onto the grass, the back end came round. There were yellow flags waving all over the place, and Max, it was Max, wasn't it? I think Max has ended up 3rd. Wow, what a start to this race. What a start to this race. It is Smith now out in front. He's battling away with Max. Max on the hard tyres has made his way up there. He's on the inside. Oh, and Smith goes well. Oh my God. It is crazy out there at the minute. Let's go on board with Smith. This is going to be a long old race if we have to keep going back. Look at everything. Oh, Smith gets out of turn 4, and that's where it started to go wrong from the back end. Got a little bit squirrely. We'll have a look. That gave Max the opportunity to come up alongside of him. There is a little bit of door bashing there. Maybe they're passing a note to each other as they go into this bottom turn. I've dropped my map on the floor, but who cares? I can't take my eyes off of this. Smith goes off, has a good old thump into Max, but Max has somehow managed to survive. And we're just going to go back and have a look at that again. You can see, look, Smith comes across, smacks straight into Max, but Max manages to hold on to it. Maybe he saw Smith coming across and countered it. Whoa, it is all kicking off, and we've not. Oh, and where's Max and Golden Lugnuts? They've both gone off. I don't know what they've gone looking for there. Oh, come on, guys, just let's calm down. Let's calm down. This is getting a bit. This is getting a bit silly now. It was fun at the beginning, but now it's getting a bit serious. We just need to calm down. A few deep breaths between us all. As Lugnuts has gone off. Bandit has gone into the pits. I'm not quite sure whether he meant to or not, but he's in. I think he's going to change those tyres. So Bandit is in. Let's start from the top, see if we can work something out, shall we? Steele is out in front at the minute. Bit of a surprise to him with everything that's going on, but that's where he is. Max is in 2nd. Right, let's have a look at the tyres as well, shall we? So Steele is on the hard tyres. Max in 2nd, also on the hard. So is Arnold in 3rd. Then we've got System X. He's in 4th on the medium tyres. Smith on the hard, Golden Lugnuts on the mediums. So Golden Lugnuts and Arnold, is it Arnold? I forgot now. No, System X. Should sort of get themselves up there into 1 and 2 at the minute, because the guys on the hard tyres should be starting to change them very shortly. Sid, he's on the hard tyres. Bandit in 8th on the mediums. Then we've got Addy on the hards. Firepower starting on the hards and down in 10th at the minute, with Flash on the mediums in 11th. So out at front then it is Steele doing his absolute best to keep Max behind him. Hopefully the guys have all just calmed down a little bit now and got those first couple of laps out of their system, as Max has a look to try and get by Steele and take that P1 away from him. He's going to have to go all the way around the outside of Clark Curve if he wants it. Maybe looking at the old switcheroo there, and he does. He gets the switcheroo done and moves up into P2, and somebody's gone off in the distance. I'm not going to go back and have a look at that one because I'm too busy looking at these guys. As Steele takes us into turn 1, it is Max on the inside, but can he get the car slowed down and make the turn? Yes, he can. So Max now moves up in to lead this race. Steele just behind him in 2nd as they hit Druids at turn 2. Steele just taking, I think, a little bit too much of that curve there, and that slowed him down just a touch. Smith in 3rd with Golden Lugnuts in 4th. Arnold in 5th. And then there is a bit of a gap then back to Sid in 6th. Sid has got a mirror full of Firepower at the minute. Firepower now starting to get into this race and looking at making some moves on Sid the Sloth as they come towards Surtees at turn 4. Let's jump on board with Firepower, shall we? looking for a good exit out of turn 4 so he can get the run on Sid the Sloth. Sid going a little bit deep there, kicking up a bit of dirt, and that's to give Firepower the momentum now. Sid holding on to the inside line. A quick look behind us. Oh, Sid slides across in front of Firepower just to cut his nose off there. I'm not so sure you want to be doing that too often, Sid. But Firepower, no contact made, so all is good at the minute. Firepower very late into that turn. Maybe that's the line you want to take. He's got a good exit as they go up the hill. Then he just has to back out as we get to Sheen Curve. We don't want to have a coming together there, do we? Down the slide incline then towards Sterling's at turn 8. Sid going very wide again as he comes back onto the track. Firepower darts to the left to avoid him, but gets the move done and moves up into P6. Now concentrating on catching up to the back of Arnold. Firepower still running the hard tyres then on lap 4. Some of the guys have already been in, get onto the mediums, but these guys would have worked out a strategy, and they know when they've got to come into pit. So let's just have a look. I've seen a bit of a battle taking place just behind. It's Bandit and Addy. Bandit already made a pit stop actually as Bandit. He's got rid of his hard tyres. He's now out onto the mediums and looking to try and make his way through the pack. He's got Sid the Sloth just in front of him, and then Firepower just up the road a little bit further, and I think that's what Bandit is after. Bandit doesn't want to let Firepower get too far away. He knows that Firepower's got a pit stop to make, but he also, as Sid drifts very wide into turn 4, Addy goes through, Bandit goes through, so poor old Sid drops down to 9th. Sid on those hard tyres, he does need to get rid of them as soon as he possibly can. But as I say, the race really is going to be Bandit and Firepower. Now Bandit pitted very early, so his tyres are going to take quite a beating really. We've got 11 laps after this one to go. Firepower currently sitting in 6th, but has not made a stop yet. Bandit, well, tyres may be okay for Bandit. It could be an issue with fuel, so he may have to stop again. So this could fall into Firepower's hands. Addy in 8th, then we've got Sid, Flash, and then System X. Up at the top then, Steel, still out in front, although coming under attack, literally coming under attack from Smith. That, I would say, was a little bit naughty, in my humble opinion. Great exit from Smith, got a fantastic run on Steel. A quick look behind, we've got Max there as well. In fact, we'll watch it from Max's point of view, shall we? Max has a look at the inside. Smith, he fancies a bit of the inside as well. Oh, well, you know what? I'll let the stewards deal with that one. I'm not so sure what happened there, whether Steele just turned into Smith or Smith, or whatever. We'll let them deal with it. Not my call, not my call. But what it does mean is that Smith has now taken over the lead of this race. He's took Max with him. Golden Lugnuts has taken full advantage of that little coming together that Steele's had, and Lugnuts has moved up into 3rd. Arnold has gone through as well into 4th, so Steele now down to 5th. He was leading, wasn't he? All the way up. As soon as they hit Druids, he suddenly finds himself down there in 5th, but he's fighting back at Arnold. He wants that P4 back. He wants to get back into this race. And look who's in the distance. It is Firepower and Bandit. Those two look like they're going to be having another good old ding-dong in this race as we follow Steel down the hill as we come towards turn 6 at Westfield. So Arnold, what, 1 or 2 car lengths gap between Arnold and Steel at the minute. We are on lap 6 of 16. So the guys running the hard tyres will seriously be thinking about making a pit stop very soon and getting onto those medium tyres. Bandit has already done that. The concern for him, well, I think it's going to be the fuel actually. The tyres look okay. And purple sectors all the way for Bandit. Excuse me, coughing again. Current fastest man on track is Flash with a 1:33. Flash is currently sitting in 8th. Steel is into the pits then, so he's going to change his tyres. Firepower stayed out and moves up into 5th. Bandit in 6th. Steel into the pits then, fresh set of boots and a splash of fuel for him. Sid in 9th. System in 10th with Addy down in 11th. So out in front, Max has managed to get by Smith. And really sorry we missed that. We were watching the battle earlier on, but Max out in front then on those hard tyres. Smith just behind him, also on a set of hard tyres. And look at the damage at the front of that Corvette. The mechanics back in the paint shop are going to be cussing and cursing at Smith when he returns that back. Ready for the next race. Golden Lugnut having a decent race, isn't he? He's on those medium tyres and he's sitting pretty at the minute in third. I don't want to put the commentator's curse on him, but it is looking good for Lugnut. This is a far better race he's having than he had in race one. So come on, Lugnut, you can do it. I think he has got to pit and go on to those hard tyres though, which I'm sure he's not looking forward to. Firepower, he's got the mediums to look forward to. Now then, he was under a lot of pressure from Bandit. What's happened to Bandit? Oh, there you go, there's your answer. So Bandit had managed to get by Firepower. Oh, now then. It is elbows again here with Arnold down the hill, then towards turn 3 at Graham Hill Bend. Arnold not very quick on that turn. He's allowed Bandit to get alongside of him, well, almost alongside of him. Now then, Arnold, I think, didn't quite realise that Bandit was there, but Bandit, oh, no. Bandit doing the right thing. He's took responsibility for that. What a shame. What a cock-up, to be fair. Bandit took responsibility for knocking Arnold off, and well done to him. Fantastic racing from Bandit, but he tried to move over so he could wait for Arnold, and in the meantime he managed to get in Firepower's way. Ended up getting a bit of a tap from Firepower and a bit of a spin out and all sorts of wrong for Bandit, which is a real shame. As I say, he did the right thing. He was taking responsibility for that bump, and well, that's where he's ended up, down in 8th, which has really fell right into Firepower's hands, because as I say, that's his biggest rival, I think, on track in this race. They were 1 and 2 in race 1. Firepower yet to pit. Oh, there we go. Firepower into the pits now at the end of lap 7. So he's going to go on to a fresh set of mediums and a splash of fuel. Maybe, I don't know. He's got half a tank. Yeah, I think he will need a splash of fuel. Where is Bandit? Bandit across the start-finish line then, so he is going to leapfrog Firepower. So Bandit up into 7th. Where is Firepower going to come out? Firepower out of the pits now and rejoins in P10 with Addy coming on top of him very, very quickly. So Addy in 11th. Firepower in 10th. Steele in 9th, having made his pit stop. Came in I think it was P5, wasn't it, for Steele? And back out on track in P9 now. So all these guys made their stop out on a fresh set of medium tyres and looking to play catch up. System X, I don't think he's pitted yet, has he? So System X has got to go on to the hard. Bandit, who did pit, seriously got to think about that fuel actually as Bandit. You've got another 8 laps to go. And it really is getting through the fuel. He's got the fastest lap at the minute, 1:33.4, so he's definitely on a mission, is Bandit. As he almost comes alongside Arnold, you do not want any more of these little tippy-tappies where people end up off the track. And Bandit, I think, learnt his lesson. He's just backed out of that one, and he's waiting for a better opportunity to get by Arnold. Arnold holding his own at the minute in 6th. He has got Bandit. Oh, he's allowed Bandit to get. Oh, I thought he'd allowed Bandit to get onto the inside. Fantastic livery as well, Arnold. If you've done that yourself, well done to you, sir. That is a fantastic looking car. As he does allow Bandit to get alongside him. So Arnold now down to 6th, and he's on the outside as they get into turn 1. Although he does look at going the old switcheroo cut back there. That was a good corner from Arnold actually. Did the right thing there. Got on the brakes just that little bit earlier. He's doing the same at Druids as well. Oh, and these two can have another coming together. And Arnold sort of pushes his way through, but has slowed down to give the place back. Fantastic racing again from these two. They did have a coming together, and Arnold, I think, realised that it was a little bit naughty and slowed down to give Bandit the place back. So great stuff from Arnold there. And that's how we do it. Oh, and it's gone very deep into turn 4. Don't spin, don't spin. That's what we like to see. Get it back onto the tarmac. Just be a little bit wary now, Arnold, as he's got dirty tyres. As a pack of 3 start chasing him down, we've got Steele in 7th, we've got Sid the Sloth in 8th, and Firepower in 9th, and these 3 all battling away for P7, and maybe even a shot at Arnold as who's that's just pulled out there in his Steele. As Arnold goes, oh, and Sid's gone very deep. He's come back onto the track. Has he come into the way of Firepower? No, Firepower has managed to get through, so Sid went off, made a mistake. Firepower pounced on it and moves up into P8. Steele is all over Arnold and really putting the pressure on. This is going to fall right into Firepower's hands as Firepower has a look left and then a look right to try and get by Steele. It is still Firepower in 8th with Steele in 7th, Arnold in 6th. What a fantastic fight we're having here, as we see Sid the Sloth coming into the pits for a fresh set of tyres from him. Lugnuts is also in the pit. Oh, and Arnold's gone off. Arnold has gone off. We will go back and have a look now just to see, to make sure that he wasn't actually helped off the track, excuse me. As we go through turn 9, oh, it's not quite, didn't quite feel comfortable going through there, did they? And that's allowed Steele and Firepower to gain a few tenths on him. As we approach turn 1 now then, let's just have a look and see what happened. Oh no, he just took, oh, he went in all sorts of wrong there, didn't he, Arnold? Just got his lines completely wrong, whereas Lugnuts decides to follow him as well, and that's 2 cars off. So poor old Arnold now down to 9th as Lugnuts goes through, Addy goes through, Firepower's gone through, Steele has gone through. So Steele now up to 5th, Bandit is in 4th, although we're going to keep an eye on the fuel for him with 6-7 laps to go. Steele in 5th, Firepower in 6th. Out in front at the minute though it is Smith, and looking very comfortably. Smith has got a nice gap that's opened up. He's on those hard tyres, and I don't think Smith has pitted yet. Max has pitted, he's out in P2 on the medium tyres, and he's now on the chase after Smith. Now then, he will be being told by his pit crew the gap between the two of them. We can't really see it, but it's got to be a good 5-6 seconds as Smith now decides to come into the pits. Get rid of those hard tyres, get a fresh set of medium boots on, a splash of fuel, and he will be back out. But where are the rest of the pack as Max goes through and across the start finish line to take over the lead of this race? Flash follows him through and moves up into P2. Smith is in the pit still. Now he's on his way out. Where's he going to rejoin Bandit? Where is Bandit? Bandit is just about to cross the line. Oh, and he does. Bandit now moves up into P3. Oh, Smith just couldn't get out quick enough, could he? So Bandit now moves up onto the podium with Smith in 4th, although he is on fresh rubber. And Bandit keeping an eye on his fuel, I think. Steele in 5th with Firepower in 6th. Addy in 7th, Golden Lugnuts in 8th. I think everybody has now completed their mandatory pit stop. System X in 9th. A little bit of lag kicking in there. It's not System X's fault. That's the internet lords for you. And if you go on board with System X, you'll see that it's not really that laggy for him. He can doesn't know any difference to him. Oh no! Get round! Maybe just a little bit too quick into turn 4 there for System X. Just couldn't quite get that Corvette to turn in. So let's see if we can find a bit of action for you. Ooh, ouch! 6 seconds. What has happened there for Arnold? He must have made a pass at one of the steward's wives or something to get 6 seconds. That has got to hurt. That is probably going to bring him to a standstill when he serves that penalty. And we'll stay with him because that is ridiculous. He's obviously tried it on, hasn't he, with somebody's wife, to get 6 seconds. Let's just stay with him. Sid could actually push his car past Arnold. Arnold practically going to slow down. So as Sid goes off, and there we go. What we're down to now, 50 miles an hour, that dropped him. And Sid, well, I don't know where he was going, but I thought Sid was going to take that place off of Arnold. Oh, as Arnold comes into the pit, so Sid gets it anyway. Wow, I was going to say Arnold must have picked those up through pit lane infringements, but he got six seconds. I can't believe that. So Max out in front then after Smith made his pit stop. So Max is leading this race. It's starting to look a little bit misty out there, isn't it? Will we see a drop of rain? Of course, all the weather is set to random. We are on lap 12, and Mac with the fastest lap at the minute at 1:33.0 has gone purple. So not purple because he's holding his breath. He's gone purple because of the sector he's just done. And let's have a look and see if he can improve on that 1:33.0. Obviously, if he does, it's going to be a 1:32. Maybe a 1:32.9. Oh, 1:32.7. So good lap from Mac. So P2 flash into the pit. Let's have a look. Oh, there's a fight now going on for fifth. There's Firepower currently holding it. He's having to go all the way around the outside though. At turn one at Paddock Hill Bend. Clark Curve. Across the start finish line. Now they're coming into Paddock Hill Bend, and Firepower holding on to P4. Smith has moved up into P3 with Bandit into P2. As we say, Max still out in front and by quite a gap as well actually. Max looking good for the win at the minute. Bandit in second. He's going to have to be a little bit wary of that fuel. We'll see if he's short shifting. No, he's not. He's still giving it the beans, but that's Bandit in two. Remember, he pitted very, very early. I think it was the end of lap 2 or 3, Bandit. So he's done really well to look after them tyres. We do have 4 laps, including this one, to go. So yeah, we'll want to keep an eye on Smith in third. I'm just looking into the distance there to see whether we could see Firepower, and we can't. So a decent gap then between Smith in third and Firepower in fourth. It's a big ask for Firepower to get up onto the podium in this race. At the minute, it looks like Max, Bandit and Smith are all occupying the top 3 steps. Max looking good for the win, but Smith and Bandit are going to be fighting it out for that second step. Excuse me, this cough winds me up more than you, honestly. Steele in fifth then. He does look like he's catching up to the back of Firepower, as the sun has decided to make an appearance after all. It did look a little bit grey and misty earlier, didn't it? But now look at it, glorious sunshine, typical English weather. So Firepower just holding on to P4 then, with Steele trying to chase him down. Let's have a look and see if we can find anybody else battling away. Flash and Addy 6th and 7th. Then we've got Lugnuts in 8th. System X in 9th, with Sid in 10th, having made that stop a lap or 2 ago, and then Arnold in 11th. I really am sorry about this. So out in front and looking very comfortable is Max. Really is racking up those fast laps now, isn't he? His previous lap was a 1:33.0, fastest lap is a 1:32.7. And well, there you go again, another purple sector for Max. So he's out there just racing himself. He needs to be a little bit careful though. Just needs to settle down. He's got the fastest lap at the minute. Doesn't want to find himself out there on the kitty litter, does he? If he can just stay on the grey stuff. He does have the hazards flashing. Why has he got the hazards flashing? It slows you down, Max, when you got the hazards flashing. Oh, he's got the, well, never mind. I'm not going to be able to stop looking at them now. So Max out in front then, and well, by some margin. So looking very comfortable. The race is on for the other 2 podium spots, although G. Smith looks like he's managed to shake off Bandit a little bit. Quite a decent gap opened up between the 2 of those now, so Smith again just needs to keep it on the tarmac with 2 laps to go. Bandit in 3rd, Firepower in 4th. Hoping and praying that one of the guys up ahead makes a mistake and he can get himself on the podium with another little sip of vodka at the end of it. I'm sure he'll have that anyway, doesn't matter what position he finishes in. but I'm sure he'd like to drink it up on the podium. But I think, to be fair, the guys up ahead of him have got to make a mistake for that to happen. Bandit, we mentioned the fuel, didn't we? And it is looking a bit like, oh, Bandit goes off the track, oh no! And we are talking about somebody making a mistake up ahead, and it's Bandit now. Then where is Firepower? Firepower goes through and moves up into P3. Oh, what a shame. Let's go back and have a look. That is the commentator's curse, that one. I'm sorry about that, Bandit. Looking very comfortable, actually. We're coming down the hill towards turn 6. And well, he just didn't look comfortable going into that turn at all, did he? Out onto the grass, the wheel's still turning, and whoosh, big old kiss with barrier, damage at the front, wheels are spinning like mad, he can't get back on track, he's got to wait for Steel to go through. Firepower has already gone through and gave him a wave, and Firepower can't believe his luck, moves up onto the podium with 1 lap to go. Steel moves up into 4th, with poor old Bandit down in 15th. He's got damage, the fuel light's flashing. Does he can have enough fuel to make it to the end of the next lap? He should have. We did say, didn't we, very early doors, that he's got to keep his eye on the fuel. I think he's going to be okay though. What a shame for Bandit, looking good for a podium finish, and then that happened. Addy in 6th, System X in 7th, where is he? There he is, just seeing the background flash, coming under the bridge as he heads in towards turn 9, with Lugnut in 9th, then Sid in 10th and Arnold in 11th, so back up to the top then as Max on the final lap, and well, a considerable gap, so I think when he finishes he can go off and put the kettle on and make the sandwiches for the rest of the guys as he waits for them to finish. Fuel light starting to flash for him, but that's not going to affect his race. He'll still be pushing all the way. Got the fastest, oh no, Firepower's got the fastest lap. Firepower, the 1:32.5. Oh, Max is going to be furious. I told you, it's the hazards, Max, they slow you down. What a brilliant win though, thoroughly deserved for Max, well done to him. As he comes around Clock Curve for the final turn onto Brabham Straight, he will be staring at the checkered flag there, and Max takes the win, well done to him. Smith, great racing from Smith, few incidents, but managed to keep it on the grey stuff in the end, and as he comes around the final turn, are we going to get a flash of lights from Smith? No, maybe they've been told not to. But Smith across the line, then Firepower, couldn't believe his luck, handed a podium finish. Steel will finish in 4th. All very battered and bruised to these guys, as is Bandit. Well, his lights work, well done to him. Bandit in 5th, what a shame. Addy will finish in 6th. As we follow him across the line, System X, a respectable 7th for System X, he'll be pleased with that, I'm sure. With flashing 8 golden lug nuts around the final turn then to take 9th. As we see golden lug nuts across the line then, Sid will take 10th, and Arnold, not his finest hour, I'm sure he will admit. He really got stuck into the wars, didn't he, earlier on, did Arnold, and ends up finishing in 11th. So that was race 2 here at Brandsport, round 2. We've got Deep Forest to bring you as well, so we'll get that done, and then we're caught up. Then it is on to round 4, which is, well, I think they're racing tonight actually at Lego Maggiore in Italy, so yeah, we'll have a look at bringing you Deep Forest next. But for now, thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy these races, just please remember, if you could hit the like button for me, I really would appreciate it. And I shall catch you all very soon.